he is. Maybe in like one of the statues over there.
I am Sin, the Forgotten One. Would that humanity could forget all of my kind. Perhaps with your help, that might... Should Kitava accept their invitation, there is but one.
That is actually funny that he of all... Chamber of Innocence... you know, Sin just turns up and offers some explanation and talking.
What in damnation have you done?
Be a fucking badass.
You've destroyed him, and yet I hear the voice of innocence, begging for our forgiveness, asking for our help. You and I. I heard him the moment the High Templar fell, whispering inside my damn skull, his heart beating within my chest. Innocence protects us now, holds fast the door against the murderous tide that rushes to meet us. He wants you to pass through that door, to bring order to the chaos beyond. I don't understand any of this. Moments ago, I was just a soldier obeying his High Templar, Bannon the Nobody. Now, my God lays inside my head, telling me to let you through that door and to make my way to Overseer's Tower, if it still stands. It does? All right. I don't know what's waiting for you out there, but should you survive it, I'll see you at Overseer's Tower.
So this is, guys, a new vessel for innocence? Huh. Interesting. Shit. Soil, worms, and blood. Find some undead here. That guy's fucked up. Okay, this is after getting wrecked. Sanguine Sister. Kitava's out. Wonder if I'm gonna find that. Remember that guy who was giving me quests earlier in here? Icy Bones. It's, you know, flip flop of the other guy. He gave. These are level 44 now. Heretical Ward. He gave. You know, he hits fire. Kitava gives ice. Ironheart. Wonder, are those big guys on the Kitava's side now? Or are they just, yeah, they seem to be. Heretical Ward. Vengeance. I'll grab that. I think I already have it though. I love the music. I always love that kind of stuff. Really like musical stuff. Steel Blade. Armored. Other allies can't die while he lives. It's not like the other version where the allies will die but just respawn. I think that's been fixed. I think that was a glitch. A beautiful, beautiful glitch, but a glitch nonetheless. Haven't encountered any of the Sun Soul? Soul? Haven't found any of the undead that's been mentioned. Kitava Zealous. Sanguine Sisters. Grab it. Now, there we go. Actually, I did find some of these earlier. I just figured they were with Kitava. Oh, Christ. That didn't seem to be on my side. This is all altered. The Torch Courts. Actually, this hasn't altered. It's not the map reset, it's a new map. They're the Torch Courts now, not the Templar Courts. Okay. Let's actually pop back to the Overseer's Tower for a moment. See if this guy's still alive. We're gonna fight the other guy.
You deserve recognition for what you have done. You've freed us from Templar oppression. Yet I fear you may have defeated the lesser of two evils. Still, take something. You'll be needing it in the dark times to come.
Remember the guy that was here? He was a vessel for Kitava, I'm guessing. Violent Dead, Cobalt Jewel. Limited to radius medium. Minions deal 12% increased damage, release 40 intelligence radius, raise zombie slam radius by 100%. Sorry, with at least 40 intelligence in radius, raise zombies slam attack has a 100% increased cooldown recovery speed, release 40 intelligence radius. It also has 30% increased damage. Rage, Mouse, Hunger. Some traits are more easily carried across the barrier of death. Cadaverous, Surgeon to the Umbra. Spreading Rot. Let's see. That requires you to have Ground Slam yourself. Chitis began to aggressively expand his empire into neighboring nations at great human cost, but for absolute power, there's no price that a Pedentrus won't pay. Wildfire, Molten Strike, Cleave, Shrapnel Shot, Ice Shot, Frost Blades, Ethereal Knives, Freezing Pulse, Frost Bolt, Magma Orb, Blight, Zombies, Spark. Oh, it's disappointing. I would like a better one. I'll choose Rollway.
Has gobbled up every scrap of Oriathan flesh, sucked every Oriathan bone dry of marrow. He'll turn his endless hunger to Namakanui and the whole Karui archipelago. As you know, the Karui will fight, and they'll fight hard, but they're going to need all the help they can get. And I know of 3 treasures that might just make the difference. They were taken when the Templar raided Namakanui. A whip woven of Hinekora's hair. A tooth that Tukohama ripped from his own mouth. A fishhook that was once the jawbone of Valakor. Together, they're known as Kitava's Torments, and lie within the reliquary that borders Oriath Square. I saw them with my own eyes when delivering messages to the scholars there. Please, go to the reliquary and claim those treasures before Kitava's children do.
Okay.
Remember,
Let's have a quick look here. I don't have the thing to the torch courts. In fact, there isn't one. Let's pop back here. I don't want it to disappear. Pop it back up. Let's go back through. Let's talk to you some more.
Greetings. I can't yet begin to unpick the lies that Utula has told us. But this piece of truth I do have. Utula sensed that very moment when you struck your final blow, when you broke the Templar's power. He turned to me and told me this. Now our king comes to us. He'll be hungry, so very hungry. I shall prepare him a feast. Then he gathered his followers and left. Where's he gone? Oriath Square. You won't need directions. Just follow the screams. You deserve recognition for what you have done.
I think I'm going to take this. Because it is actually quite a nice gem. But it's... I'm not sure if I could actually take it. Because medium radiance, I don't know how large that is. If it's 2, well, if it's, 2, then I could get it. But I would have to replace that gem. I could put it here. Might be enough. I'm going to head back to the torch court. Set my phone to one side. I'm going to check it. POE gem radius. Apparently there's actually a mod you can get, though I'm not sure if it's allowed. It shows you the gem radius. How should I phrase it? Passive skill gem. I have no idea how you well, what to phrase it as. Let me hit Y. Maybe there's a name here I could follow. Go back here. Go to you.
Greetings.
Lord Jules. Jewel. Let's drop the passive skills. We could leave passive jewel. Okay, there's a Reddit page. A Reddit entry. Hopefully will be accurate.
Remember, we do.
Yeah. They don't say anything here about the radius, damn it. Okay, there's actually a wiki entry. Let us see. There's apparently prismatic jewels. And then there's unique jewels, but there's no expansion on what they mean by radius. Maybe if, and they do give an explanation here about like large radius, 1,500 in brackets, but what does that mean? Maybe if I go back here, Poe jewel radius. Let's see. Okay. I might be okay, actually. Someone's done out a little thing here. It's like a short radius, medium radius, and long, and I think I actually might be okay. It is for the witches thing. Heart of Thunder. It's from here to here is the small, and here to here is medium. So from, and I can just take it out for free. Here. From there to there is the medium. There to there might be its right size. It's fucking hard to be sure. Actually, here to here is definitely the right size. Well, I gotta hope. So, if I want to use another jewel, I would have to move over here. Ooh, this is nice. There's a lot of stuff over here that I wouldn't mind actually. Just normal, like in normal supply. I have to move over here. I have to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not a fan of that. I think I'll try here. If it doesn't work, I'll hold on to it for now.
Freedom comes to those who fight.
But yeah, basically all this calls for stuff that I don't use, and I'm really happy with what I have. So I think what I'm getting here, the zombie, is the best. I read that. News of Calm's victory in the south spread quickly. Those in support of the coming rebellion bided their time. The rest fed like rats from a fire. Even as the tide turned, the victory swiftly became impossible. The legionaries of Palnai's watch stood their ground and fought on, every last man dying a brutal but honourable death. Malachi ran roughshod over every ethical boundary in pursuit of creating the ideal gemwig. For him, there is no doubt that the end will justify the means. As Malachi stepped into Highgate's mines, cold winds bellowed from the mountain above, one final feeble attempt to save what was meant to be eternal. The winter that followed the cataclysm was especially harsh. Raycross's few survivors fought to the death for the last scraps of bread. At night, as a young Deresso shared his bed with a woman whose name he could not recall, his thoughts remained in the one place he called his own, the Grand Arena. Cadero watched young Chitis play in the frostbitten grass, carefree, happy, unburned by the responsibility the pedantic scion would soon endure. Their Marquette knew that the mountain path, free of vegetation, was cut by regular avalanches, and so the advancing Eternals would be unwittingly drawn into a death trap. Isario gave rise to Chitis. Chitis gave rise to Vol. None could know how it would end. None could stop it. And there's other effects to these gems rather than just the stat stuff, but if you want to get the full bonus out of the gem, you have to focus at the full thing, not just part of it. The Cataclysm was but the first act in the play of horrors. The dead lingered, the living began to rot. I read that. Of the elements at the Thaumaturge's disposal, lightning remains the least understood. The simple passage of energy from one to another could result in profound power or rapid death. Spark 2 additional projectiles. Spark projectiles in a Nova. 18% reduced spark duration. Thank you.
Freedom.
Now once more. I want to kill all the undead here just to fulfill the prophecy.
We're glad you made it. No, damn it all, that's just too strange to abide. I'm glad you made it. And innocence tells me I need to keep helping you. So that's what I'm going to do.
Ah, that's what I
know
meant.
my way around weapons and armor, and all things Templar if you should want for further enlightenment on that subject. As for innocence, I don't know. Sometimes he makes sense, other times he's a shattered god, but he'll heal. I'll make sure of that. Lani's told me a little about Utula and his cult of Kitava. Enough to know what Utula's got planned. Bring about the fall of one god so he can raise up one of his own. And this Kitava, from what fragments I can piece together from innocence, he's not the benevolent kind. Please, find Utula and stop him. I'm not saying this because I want to put innocence back on his divine throne. I'm saying this because Oriath is my home. It's made some mistakes, but it doesn't deserve the fate that Utula has in mind.
I would say it's more to make mistakes, but indeed.
I'm having a little trouble explaining it myself. I've never been the most devout of men, especially for a Templar, more of a soldier than a believer. But now, innocence himself rests within me. His voice is weak, barely a whisper, yet still he has the power to keep us safe from Kitava's hunger.